Hello and welcome to our webinar about how to pay the Canada Revenue Agency, also known as the CRA, using easy electronic options. I'm Matthew, your host for today. Let's get started. No matter what the size or nature of your business, this webinar will show the easy ways to send payments to the Canada Revenue Agency. Today we'll look at My Payment, PreAuthorized Debit, CRA Biz App, online banking, credit cards, and PayPal or e-transfers. You can easily access CRA's My Payment service directly by entering canada.ca/CRA-my-payment into your browser. To make a payment using My Payment, you will need to have a debit card with a Visa Debit logo, Debit MasterCard logo, or an Interact logo. You will also need a Canadian bank account with a daily limit high enough to make the payment. The My Payment main page gives you information about the service and instructions on how to pay based on the type of card you have. To start My Payment, select Pay Now. We'll look at payroll source deductions. There are 6 steps involved. We'll start by clicking on Payroll Source Deductions. From the list of payroll source deduction payment types, we'll select Regular Remittance. At step 3, complete all the fields and press Next. Once you complete the fields in step 3, a summary of your payment will be presented in step 4. Confirm the details and select Confirm and proceed to pay. If you've made an error, you can correct it by selecting Modify Payment. You can also add another payment or just end the session. Step 5 advises you that you will be directed to a secure site, gives you information about which option to choose based on your card type, and assures you will receive a receipt when the transaction is complete. Clicking on Pay Now takes you to the secure site. Still, in step 5, you are now at an external payment site containing 2 payment options. If your card has a Visa Debit logo or a Debit MasterCard logo, choose the Visa Debit MasterCard radio button. If your card only has the Interact Online logo, choose the Interact Online radio button. Clicking either takes you to a secure external site. At that site, the payment details will display the transaction amount and the order ID, followed by fields for cardholder name, card number, expiry date, and the card security code. Remember that this is a debit card form, so don't use credit card information. Click on the Process Transaction button. This will complete the payment transaction at the external site and return you to the CRA website for a receipt. Note that Cancel Transaction is an option. If you choose the Interact Online radio button, the site will display the transaction amount and the order ID. When you select Interact Online and press Proceed to Online Banking, you will be taken to a list of financial institutions. You can cancel your transaction here as well. So here, you can select your financial institution or credit union and be directed to their online banking site. Note, a credit union user chooses province or territory first, and then credit union. The financial institution or credit union selected will display their own online banking prompts for user ID and password. Note, you can cancel here too. Paying or canceling takes you back to the CRA site. Back at the CRA site, Step 6 shows you the results. In this case, the payment was approved and displays as Transaction Approved. It identifies the transaction number, which can be used for tracking purposes, date, time, Canada Revenue Agency, amount of payment, and authorization number. You will be able to view, save, or print your transaction receipt. The Save or Print icons are located at the bottom left-hand side of the screen. The Start a New Transaction icon will take the user back to Step 1. The End Session icon will take you back to the CRA homepage. Now we'll look at Pre-Authorized Debit, also known as PAD, found in My Business Account. A pre-authorized debit is a secure online service available in My Business Account. It allows you to set up post-dated payments to the CRA from your bank account on a one-time or recurring basis. This payment option is particularly handy if your payments are consistent. The amount you authorize will be withdrawn from your bank account on the date you choose. To allow for processing time, the first available payment date is set to 5 business days in the future. For example, if today was Wednesday and you created a PAD today, the first available payment date would be next Wednesday, unless there was a holiday. To use Pre-Authorized Debit, you will need to log and register a My Business account. More on that in a minute. You will also need a Canadian bank account with checking privileges, and make sure that you have 5 business days before the payment is due. Before you start, you should make sure you can access My Business Account. Once you have what you need, you can register by going to canada.ca/my-cra-business-account. So let's assume you are now all ready to go. You have your My Business account registered, you have a bank account with checking privileges, you have at least 5 days before your payment is due. To get started on Pre-Authorized Debit, go to My Business Account. Once you arrive at the My Business Account login page, there are 2 sign-in options available: Sign-in Partner Login Register or CRA Login Register. Help is available on the right side of the screen for both options. As noted on the web page, new Proceed to Pay buttons have been added in My Account and My Business Account, making it easier to make a payment. This option for current payroll source deductions will be available on May 11th, 2020. Once you have successfully logged into My Business Account, select Manage Pre-Authorized Debit in the left-hand column on the Welcome page. Then select Create New Agreement. There are 4 steps to creating an agreement. In Step 1, select your program account from the drop-down list. For this scenario, we'll try RP, Payroll Source Deductions account. At Step 2, you need to select the allocation, where the payment should go. The options are Accelerated Threshold 1, Accelerated Threshold 2, Balance Due, Payment on Filing, Pensionable and Insurable Earnings Review, or PEER, Quarterly Remittance, Regular Remittance, and Arrears, Penalty, and Interest Remittance. For this scenario, we chose Regular Remittance. At step 3, enter details such as gross payroll, number of employees, first payment date. This field will be pre-populated with the next available date, but you can change it to a later date. The frequency, once, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, and end of the month. Number of payments, and amount. If you've already used the pad option, your banking information will be filled in. However, you can enter new banking information. Step 4 lets you review and confirm your data. If the payment information is correct, select Confirm. You're done. The pre-authorized debit agreement is created. The payment details are listed, as well as important information that tells you how to cancel or modify your PAD agreement. Included in the information is how to dispute a payment and the terms and conditions authorizing the CRA to withdraw a payment. A new option for you through PAD was recently added. As an employer, you can now make a requirement to pay garnishee payment for your employees using CRA's pre-authorized debit service in My Business account. Another way to submit your payments is through the CRA Biz App. The CRA Biz App is a mobile application for small business owners that offers secure access to make payments, view accounting transactions, and more. With CRA Biz App, you can make payments using My Payment, set up a pre-authorized debit agreement, and generate a quick response code when paying at Canada Post. This page provides you with your account balance. The 2020 balance will display the total amount paid for the year. In this case, it is 0 because no current source deduction payments have been made. Click Proceed to Pay to make a payment. You are now at the input screen. Here you are prompted to enter your gross payroll, number of employees, period end date, and the amount. That amount can be changed. Click Continue. This screen shows you the payment options. My Payment using Visa Debit, Debit MasterCard, or Interact Debit Card. Pre-authorized debit. For an added fee, pay in person at any Canada Post outlet using a personalized quick response code. For now, we'll use pre-authorized debit. Your data is brought forward and can be changed. For instance, you may use existing banking information or add new banking information. Once you're ready, click Next. Review and confirm the payment details and click Confirm. The pre-authorized debit agreement is created. The payment details are listed. Using online banking, you can make payments to your payroll account through your online business bank account. Most financial institutions offer a government tax payment service where you can make payments to the CRA. There may be an additional fee for this service. Ask your financial institution. To use this service, you need to have a business bank account. Another option is to pay by credit card, PayPal, or Interact e-transfers through a third-party service provider. You cannot make a credit card payment directly to the CRA, but you can use your credit card through a third-party service provider, which, for a fee, will send your payment and remittance details online to the CRA for you. There are currently 2 third-party providers that offer credit card payments to the CRA: Plastic and Pay Simply. The CRA does not accept PayPal or Interact e-transfers directly. But as with credit card payments, you may use a third party. There is currently only one, Pay Simply, which offers payments through PayPal and e-transfers. As we conclude the main part of our webinar, let's summarize the full list of electronic options available for your business to pay the CRA. Payment options for payroll source deductions. We'll start with the electronic options we've just discussed. First, you can use CRA's My Payment with a debit card. Second, you have PreAuthorized Debit through My Business Account. Third, you have a CRA Biz App. Fourth, we talked about online banking. And finally, payments by credit card, PayPal, or Interact e-transfer through a third-party service provider. Although we encourage online options because they are fast, easy, and convenient, you can also pay other ways. Information on all options is available at canada.ca/payments. If the content today doesn't quite fit your situation, or you want more information, visit canada.ca/taxes. Or check out some of our other webinars at canada.ca/CRA-videos. You can also call CRA's Business Inquiries line at 1-800-959-5525. Thanks for joining me today. I hope it's been helpful. Stay tuned for more webinars in the coming months. Goodbye.